AHTV and friends on a Sunday evening. We are live. There are 3 of us at the moment. Dom will be joining shortly. He's having technical issues. I'm joined this evening with Greg and Rupert. Hiya, fellas. How you doing?
Hi, Steve.
Rupert, how you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Oh, I think he's frozen a little bit there.
Oh, is it my internet?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, all good. All good. Fantastic. And Dom, hello, mate. How you doing?
Right, that's better. Fucking stupid earphones didn't work. Sorry. Good evening.
That's all right. We had to go live without you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
But we're all good. We're all good. We've got a few people in the chat. Good evening to people in the chat. How you all doing? I hope you're all well. I haven't really got a schedule for this evening, so I think I want to start off, and I'll start with Greg, and I'll go round Rupert, and then you last of all, Dom. We had £100 million sitting on the bench yesterday, and we played Arthur Masuaku left wing. Am I missing something, Greg?
Steve, where do we start? We started with them against Charlton. I'm not being funny. That team that started against Charlton looked a bit better than the team that started against Newcastle, to be honest. I'm a bit of a Masuaku fan, to be honest with you. I think you played all right last night. Don't know what he's going to do for the whole game on Tuesday, how he's going to mix it up. Probably play the team that played against Charlton. But I'll tell you what, if I was Haller, coming on the last 5 minutes yesterday and then having scored 2 goals in midweek, I'd be disappointed to have been dropped to the bench last night. And he was dropped. He wasn't rested, he was dropped. So he'll probably play him again on Tuesday, then drop him again for the Wolves game. So I think I'll be banging on Moyes' door if I was him, to be honest with you.
Ropes, what do you think, mate?
Well, I was surprised with the lineup last night. 1 up front. That's asking for trouble. But they should play 2 up front. Antonio and Haller. Why he didn't do it in the first place, I don't know. But I wouldn't play Cresswell. I'd rather have Masuaku as left back and drop Cresswell. But that's my opinion. And those substitutions late on.
Fair enough.
Late on. It was crazy. It was crazy. 2 minutes from the end. Why? What can you do in 2 minutes? Bugger all.
He tends to make late subs though, Roops, doesn't he? All the time, Moyes, he makes late subs.
I know, Greg. But
yeah, what do you reckon, Dom? Was it right?
I thought it was. I didn't like the lineup when it came out, but it worked okay, better than last week. But we had a chance to win the game last night because I thought we were far the better team. It's like every fucking season we go to Arsenal, play out of our skins, outplay them, and we end up losing, get robbed. And it was so obvious it was going to happen. But I thought Masuaku had a very good game. I thought the formation worked okay. Cresswell wasn't good though, as Rupert just said. I think we need to fuck him off. But again, he controlled the game for the most of the second half. You bring Allaire on, you go for it. You know, you probably can get another goal, and Moyes just stood still. And Arteta brings on Nketiah, and he gets the winner. So it's the proactiveness of the 2 managers that makes a difference, and obviously taking your chances.
I mean, what was that formation? Was it 5-3-2 or was it 5-4-1?
I think it was 5. I think it was 5. I think it was 5-2-3. 5-2-3. Rice and Soucek in the middle. 3 centre backs, 2 wing backs, and front 3 of Bowen, Antonio, and Fornell.
Because it did look a lot to me like, particularly when Arsenal had the ball and were controlling the play, it looked like we had two banks of defence, 5 defenders and 4 midfields, and we were just leaving Antonio up there. I mean, I've got to be honest, the first half, I don't know if I was watching a different game or what, but I found myself disinterested. I was flicking through the telly. I was looking at Facebook. There was lots of that first half that just didn't impress me at all. The second half, it was a good game, I thought. But
I thought we scored against run of play first half. I thought their first goal came against run of play. I thought we started well. But again, the thing is with Moyes, he doesn't know what to do when we're on top because he's so used to parking the bus, especially against bigger sides. You know, it's uncharted territory for him. He don't know what to do. So, for some reason, it's literally, I said exactly the same thing in exact fixture last season before lockdown. We were the better team, but in spells we sat back and lost momentum and let Arsenal get into it. You know, if you can just go at them like we did all game, but we've got a result. Just
got to take our chances, though, Dom. You know what I mean? I know we didn't have many clear-cut chances, but we've got to take our chances, especially away from home.
I think we had
and against the bigger sides.
I think we had a few clear-cut ones, Greg. We hit the bar, had that cross in that Antonio missed, let the goalkeeper drop the ball, and it took a last-ditch block. We had plenty of chances.
Plenty of chances. I don't think that was clear cut. We had plenty of chances, and you've got to take your chances, even half chances. If you don't take them against the bigger clubs or anyone, and you're going to get punished for it. And we got punished yet again for lack of concentration, 5 minutes in time. It's the same old West Ham.
What I'm worried about mostly is our defence. Our defence was woeful yesterday. So many gaps.
Better than last week. I know we can see the same amount of goals. It looked tighter, but the 2 goals were just lapses in concentration.
Yeah.
It's just because he keeps playing Creswell, who's a fucking left back, when you've got a centre back and Balbuena on the bench. I don't understand it. Creswell is bad enough at left back. He plays centre back. He's terrible. I remember when Moyes was first here, it's 3 seasons ago, and he done Creswell on the back 3 as well. Awful. Absolutely awful. Doesn't learn.
No.
But he's going to stay there, Dom, because there's nobody coming through pushing him from the reserves. Well, say reserves, under 23s now, but it's unlikely we're going to sign anyone. So it's not like we're stuck.
There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of hype.
Johnson's a right-footed player. People say play Johnson at left back. I hate that. It's so unbalanced. You know what I mean? When you play a left-footed player, a right-footed player at left back, or a left-footed player at right back, it just don't work. It's just unbalanced. So Creswell's there, I think, until new manager comes in around next season.
But there's a lot of hype around that Baptiste. He played in a few friendlies before the season started.
Yeah, he looked good.
I've not seen him play though, but apparently he's quite good. He's got potential.
Yeah, he looks very good. He looks like he's got a lot of potential going on. Whatever happened to Cardosa?
He was on the bench yesterday or Friday afternoon.
I don't think he's made it. Has he not made an appearance for the first team? I don't think he has.
No. He was on the bench for the under 23s at Tottenham at Enfield on Friday afternoon.
I went to a few under 23 games last season actually, and I went to 2, and I can see a couple of goals each game, but he looked good. He looked okay. Solid for that level, I guess. I mean, it's development, isn't it? But I just don't think we bring it, apart from Rice, I just don't think we bring enough youngsters through. To be honest with you.
That's what I mean. You're saying about Baptiste and all that. He's a promising, player and all that, but Moyes won't bring him in.
No, I agree, but I'd like to see if he's good, give the guy a chance. But you're right, we just don't bring enough youngsters through.
Yeah, I agree. There's an interesting comment here. Look, why make changes at 89 minutes, bringing Haller and Anderson on, shutting the stable door after the horses bolted comes to mind. I think that was more.
That's a good point.
More of a panic sort of reaction, wasn't it?
It's a knee-jerk reaction, isn't it?
Yeah. Doesn't it strike you though? If Moyes just going quick, get on, get a goal, get us the point.
Just go and get an equaliser, and that was it. But
rather than making the changes at about the same time as Arteta did,
how can you get a point?
And trying to win the game?
1 minute to go. It's pointless. Why put someone? What can you do in a minute?
Because he panicked.
Because he panics. Knee-jerk reaction,
Yeah.
as someone says. Knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
This happens all the time though. I mean, there are literally so many similarities from the fixture last season. You might as well copy and pasted it. Because I remember when they scored the late goal last season, he brought an Anderson like straight away. Well, he could have brought him on. I mean, I know I'm not a fan of Anderson, but coming off the bench, similar to Yarmolenko, they offer at least something. And again, it's just he's not proactive. That's Moyes' problem. I think if he was more proactive, obviously we'd get better results. But I just think he's stuck in the Stone Ages. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, he does seem to be a bit reactive rather than proactive.
His style's so outdated. It's so outdated, and we all know it. We need
but Moyes wins games. That's what we.
He's got the worst record, Greg. Come on.
I didn't realise how bad his win ratio was. I think he's how many games has he been in charge of us now since he took over?
What, second time or altogether?
Second time. I think he's won 5 games out of.
Well, he started against home New Year's Day, wasn't it? So 25.
Well, I think he's won one away game under him in the second spell.
Yeah.
I think it is 5.
Before lockdown,
Southampton, Norwich, Watford, Chelsea.
Not Southampton. Yeah. Southampton was just before Christmas, wasn't it? That's Pellegrini.
We beat them at home, Griff.
No, sorry, I thought you meant away game. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about since Moyes come back.
Yeah.
Before lockdown, wasn't he on par with Avram for a number of games won and lost?
He still is.
Yeah, probably.
I think he's worse. Now.
It's the
How
worst
many
one
games did we win after? How many games did we win after the restart? Was it Chelsea, Watford, Norwich? 3 games.
4.
And we won 2 before his lockdown. So when he started, 5 games, and we haven't won the season. So 5 games, 5 wins out of however many he's can manage since. Yeah, it's a terrible
Since Bournemouth New Year's Day took over.
Yeah. So literally the start of the year, terrible record. Yet we still brought him back. Did you go to the Emirates yesterday, Greg?
What, for that protest?
Yeah.
No.
Did Cameron go?
Who? Cameron? No.
Yeah.
No. I think there's only a couple over there. A fair play to him for going over there. But we'll be at the gates for the next one.
When is our next game?
Well, apart from Tuesday, Steve, Manchester City now, October the 24th at home.
Well, that's the next home.
Is that next home game?
No, it's
I think so,
Wolves next Sunday. No, it's Wolves next Sunday.
Yeah. What I'm thinking about, the ones I'm going to the gate. Yeah, after that is because you've got an international break in there on the 10th of October.
Right.
So Leicester away on the 3rd, Tottenham away on the 17th.
Did what happens when they turn up, Greg? Sullivan and Gold in their Rolls Royces. What happens?
Gold turned up. Gold. do you want to do this one, Roots? Because you go there as well. Go on.
Yeah, we missed them. I'm sure Sullivan was hiding in the bus. I'm sure he was.
No, but last week Gold turned up, but they took Gold into another gate, and then he went behind us.
They took him to gate number 2.
Yeah.
Well, we think he did that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he went round. We was at the main gate. But now what we do, Don, we wait there, put our banners up, put our flags. Well, we're not allowed to put them up on the gates now. They're on the fences.
Yeah.
Stadium owners have said they don't want it there now. So we stand there. We've never seen Brady go in yet. Sullivan came in the other day, but we just missed him. And Gold, as I said, went to gate number 2 and sort of went behind us, and we could just see him through the gate. But it's only a matter of time,
People, do you see him get out of their cars in the car park? or do they
Do
just go
what, Tom?
completely outside? Do you see them exit?
No,
exit
yeah,
the cars
Gold.
and
No,
go
Gold.
in? Are they
Gold went
completely
into gate
outside?
number 2. No, Gold went into gate number 2, went past us, like sort of
And in the
back
tunnel.
of the car park, and then he got out. Yeah.
And went in the tunnel afterwards.
What did
Yeah.
people say to him?
Well,
Nothing, because he went in gate number 2. Go on, Roop. Sorry, mate.
we didn't see him until it was too late. And by that time, it's halfway underneath the tunnel. So we couldn't see, we couldn't shout really, because he'd virtually gone by the time he spotted him. But next time.
That's what they did for the.
They've got to be lucky all
game.
the time. We've only got to be lucky once.
We'll
The
get them.
trouble is, Greg, they're lucky we ain't at Upton Park, because at Upton Park, they park up right outside the stadium still.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they'd have to walk through a crowd of people like they always used to, and then go in. You know, there was no way they could avoid it. Now, all they do, they drive into the little gated area with security around them. They just go in, and then they come out and go back to their mansion. You don't see them again.
Yeah.
And that's why they do it, because they don't have to. You know, they can avoid people now. It's so much ease. I remember when we saw them at Wigan.
There's so many entrances. There's so many entrances at Stratford compared to Upton Park.
It's all round the stadium.
I know. It's about
Roops, even if it ain't gate 2 Roops, you'll probably find one over by Hackney Wick and then bring them in that way.
They probably will do, Greg. They probably will do. But it's not like Upton Park. One entrance in, out, and that's it. They've got no choice.
We bumped into them at Wigan. We were walking back to the car at Wigan, and we saw them actually scuttling across the car park, like hurriedly, and we went up to them and confronted them, and you know, they had no choice but to speak to us, and you know, that was when Sullivan went crying to Jim Shite and said he got tapped by about 50 blokes when we were just having a go and saying signs of fucking players. There's
the same at West Brom as well. They got caught at West Brom when we lost 4-0 in the cup. They got caught outside.
That was under
Allardyce,
though. But this was before they were really. This was before a lot of people were anti-board, though, weren't it?
Yeah.
But they, the Sullivan was sneaking out early, wasn't he? Well, that was more anger. That was more hatred towards Allardyce, wasn't it?
Didn't Goal get
a lot under Allardyce?
Sorry, Roops, go on.
Didn't Goal get done at Wigan? We played Wigan away in the cup.
That's what.
Yeah, that's what Don was talking about.
Oh, sorry.
That was us. We were there.
FA's not working.
No, that's what happened at Wigan. That's what I was just saying. And he made up that he went quite to Jim White. Jim White put it out on TalkSport that 50 blokes attacked Sullivan. He was really traumatised, but it's just a lie.
Do you know what? As much as I'd like to sit here berating Jim White and knocking TalkSport for all the shit that they chat, should we get back to talking about the team? On Tuesday, I believe it is, isn't it? We've got Hull City, Carabao Cup. What do you reckon? Should we bother with it?
It'll start Anderson and LA again, won't it? It'll be a stronger side than the Arsenal one. Because, like Greg said, this is what I said to. I said this to someone the other day. The team we fielded against Charlton was stronger than the Newcastle one. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm paying for it at least, but I just think yesterday was, he was crying out for Hilaire so much. I think he'll play them both again in the cup. I mean, you could hope that he's experimenting with them both, because obviously it's unusual for the cup games to come frequently. And
I think it'll be the same team.
Maybe he's preparing to play them on Wednesday, see how they do, and then hopefully start at least Hilaire on Sunday night.
I think it'll be the same team as Leeds last week.
Yeah, they knocked Leeds out, didn't they? Hull.
Charlton. I'll get it right in a minute.
Hull knocked Leeds out though in the previous round.
I think it'll be the same as the previous round. Same lineup.
But if we're lucky enough to beat Hull, and there's no guarantee of that, you know how West Ham roll, we've got the winner of Fleetwood or Everton away, haven't we? Well, you got to think that's going to be Everton, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are our chances going to Everton and getting a result?
Bugger all.
Slim
So-
at the moment. They look fucking
That's what
good.
I'm saying. Should we bother with the game on Tuesday? Shouldn't we just let the kids have a run out?
No,
You want to. I don't agree.
you want to win every
You wanna-
game. You want to win every game you play, and winning. You know, you need a winning mentality. Obviously, we haven't got that, but you know, we can't just put the kids out. He probably put a few more out. I don't know. He may do different, you know, from last Tuesday, but I'd put a strong team out. Even a team that beat Newcastle, that beat Charlton in the week, I'd put that out again because that was a strong lineup.
Oh,
But
So then what-
saying that, Cameron said to me the other day, he said, you watched that, he said, we'll lose to Hull. Fleetwood have beat Everton. He said, and the chance we'd have had of getting like close at Wembley, he said, we could have had Fleetwood away. That's the West Ham way, isn't it? You watch.
In it. You can't script that, can you?
No.
We get to Wembley, we still won't be able to go and watch them.
Yeah. Or at least there'd be a
That
few
is-
thousand.
That
Some
would be
people
the
can't
West
go
Ham way,
stadiums.
wouldn't it? If we
It will
actually
be.
got
It will be.
to a final.
We'll
Could
go
you
all the
imagine that,
way.
Greg? If people could go in the stadiums, Fleetwood away on like Tuesday night, it would have been all over that. Such a shame we can't get in the stadiums. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be a proper away day.
Did
You'd
you
be all
renew
right
your
for Wembley.
season ticket,
You'd be all
Dom?
right for Wembley. Sorry, Steve, you'll be right for Wembley Roops. You've got an away season ticket. I've got enough points. Dom's got enough points. I know that. So if there are a few thousand, at least we'll be at the front of the queue.
That's it. Hopefully.
Did you
Sorry,
renew,
Steve.
Dom?
Yes.
Yeah, what'd you do? 30% or a full renewal?
No, I just went full out.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I met up with my mate today. We went over to Barking,
Yeah.
and he said to me he renewed the 30%, but he had to pay 12 quid. I don't understand how it works. I didn't read it properly. I just wanted to I do miss going to West Ham. I miss watching West Ham play. It's just I hate watching games on the telly.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy going to non-league at the same time. So it's a bit all right. Or at least I can go to non-league if I can't go to West Ham. And
Yeah.
I went to Barking FC today. It was a good little day out.
Excellent. What was the result?
8-1 to West. So it was actually West Essex because they ground shared
Right.
Barking. They played Haverhill and it was 8-1 to West Essex. Haverhill were probably the worst team I've ever seen.
Really?
Awful.
Grassroots football at its best, eh?
It is. I go and watch Matlock
No,
Town when
no.
they
Do you?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Matlock, that's in Derby, isn't it? Matlock?
Yeah, that's where I live.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been away for West Ham for the last 52 years.
See,
Well, from
Greg,
Matlock.
Dom knows his geography.
Yeah. Google Map doesn't. We've got Henderson bloody away. Yeah.
Right, there was a question that came into the chat right as we came live, but I thought I'd leave it for a bit just to sort of talk about football and stuff. And it came from Batman himself, and I think it was aimed at you, Roops.
Oh, here we go.
Is there a story there that you want to share?
There's no bloody story. I'll kill him when I see him.
Dom, that's the private joke. What it is, Rupert there, he comes down to the gates, even during lockdown, from Derby to go to the gates, yeah. He brings down all the food, like he makes rolls and all that for everyone. So he comes down with a massive rucksack. Cameron has about 3/4 of it, and we've got to get all the leftovers. Yeah. But no, he makes some really good rolls and all that. So we're missing for the Wolves game, so
I'm
Just
sorry.
set up your own stall next to the Rib Man.
he'll make more of a profit than a rib man, I tell you. Some of Rupes' rolls, they're nuts.
I
They
know,
can
they
knock
are.
the prices down for starters. I do like the Rib Man's rolls, though. I'm not going to lie. I do
Mine are
like the
free,
Rib Man's rolls.
Tom. Mine are free.
Hey?
Mine are free.
If you set up a stall, you can make profit from it.
I should do, really. I
You
should
probably should.
I should start
I've
charging.
never had one of the rib.
Well,
You should, yeah.
come round in
I've
October.
never had one of the rib man rolls. Are they any good?
Oh, rib band rolls? No, I wouldn't know. Mine's better than his. Must be. And mine are free.
I do like the rib man. I do like the rolls. No, they're very good. I would recommend them. Yeah.
What do you put in your rolls, Roops?
I put all kinds of meat. Whatever left over from the Sunday roast, I freeze it and then bring it out the day before, and then I make them all up.
Bit of pickle in them, Roops, isn't it?
Pickle, mustard, horseradish, the whole bloody lot.
Do you have beef?
Yeah.
So are you going to be at the dates on the 24th of October?
Yes, hopefully, if it doesn't get moved.
I shall see you there then.
Please do.
Because I'll be going to that one.
I wonder if when people are allowed back into stadiums, I wonder if they're going to carry on with the strange kickoff times. Because you've got a game on at 7 tonight and next week, and you have two games on Mondays. They shouldn't. They can't do. That'll fun everything.
It'll be back to normal, I think.
Yeah, but even if there's like a handful of people going in, if it's a pilot event, I mean,
it's 25% bollocks.
I mean, you've got two games tomorrow. You've got a 6 o'clock game and then on the Monday night game. Yeah, I think it's wrong. I think it's just there. It's just there, isn't it?
I remember the day.
But if people go back, when people go back, they've got to fuck that off because it's just so inconvenient.
They will do. I remember the day. 3 o'clock kickoff. That was it. No other time. 3 o'clock. They should bring back that. That's what I should say.
I agree. They should all. The thing is, when you've got Amazon Prime as well,
I know
they stream them all live, so it's there, isn't it?
Mm.
I mean,
they have a problem last season. Amazon Prime, people buying into it, and they're about 2 or 3 minutes behind streaming.
Well, funnily enough, it's in time when you watch it on your phone. Because I've got PlayStation, which I watched it on, and it was I was watching. I think it was last season. It was Boxing Day, and I was watching the Spurs early game, and I saw it because Kane scores, and then it gets brought back through the VAR. But I knew that because my phone went off about a minute earlier, saying he scored and then it'd been overturned. But then I got it up on my phone, and it was about an hour, not an hour, 1 minute and a half ahead. So it's actually more. It's more in time when you watch it on your phone. That's what I come to. BT Sports behind. The thing is, because I watch BT Sports behind on the phone and on streaming, but Amazon's ahead on phones. It's weird. But that obviously is a problem. It's behind.
Yeah.
Talking about fucking things off, Dom.
Who saw the Chelsea Liverpool game today?
I've just finished, isn't it? 2-0. I just saw Chelsea missed a penalty. It just come up.
What was the score?
2-0 to Liverpool.
Good.
Because there's a comment that's just come in. Greg, look at this. What do you think of that?
Oh God.
They can have him if they break the bank, as we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I think he'll go eventually. Whether he'll go to Denise, can you get out of the way, please, behind Rupert? No, I think he'll go eventually, Steve. We spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. I think he'll go to Chelsea, but Cross is going to take some offer to get him. And then saying that with our owners, Chelsea probably offer like 45, 50 million. I think we was talking about 40 million a couple of weeks ago, and somebody said, yeah, that's what we'll take, and probably Barkley or something. But as I said then, Barkley wouldn't come to us. So,
you know what, Greg? I bet they take 30 million quid off them.
how much, Roots?
I bet they take 30 million.
No, a bit more than that.
He's worth more, but I bet.
What were you going to say?
Yeah. I know what our ball's like, yeah.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? We should fuck off, Greg.
Yeah, what we should fuck off, Dom, is I know it's totally off subject, but they're
Dom, go on.
kneeling before games. Fucking hell. I know it's a total change of subject, but come on. Fucking, I'll tell you, if there's a few people allowed in that stadium or whatever, I'll be fucking cutting them off, I tell you. Fuck me, there's no room for that in football.
Anyway, back on topic. Dom, what do you think? Do you think he was right being scared because Chelsea need Declan Rice?
But from what I've seen, well, I've not watched the game, but from what I've made of it from the Twitter feed, it's a defensive error that's led to a red card for Christensen, and I saw the second goal. Kepa's fucked up. So the mistakes come from the centre back and the goalkeeper. But
right,
the understanding is Chelsea would have signed him to play him at centre back.
Yeah,
when he's clearly much more effective in midfield.
He's on borrowed time, Kepa, isn't he? I don't think Lampard wants him anyway.
No, they're after that keeper from Rennes, Mendy. Yeah. Or the Ajax one. But no, Kepa's done. He's not very good. Waste of money.
Right. I think people in the chat, if you want to start slinging some questions in there, we're going to do a few Hammers polls now, and then we'll jump on some questions and chat about, see what people want us to talk about in there. So let me just share the Hammers polls. Technology. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing here.
On the club.
Bosh. Got it?
Oh, right.
I think there's 3 on there that are worthy of talking about. Can you not see that, Roops?
I'm still flashing up. I can hardly read it.
That's all right. I'll read it to you.
Okay.
Still can't see it.
How many points will West Ham get in the 2 league games? I've read that.
Right. Wolves at home and Leicester away. How many points will West Ham get in their next 2 league games? 0 or 1, 2, 3 or 4, or 6?
I'll say 2.
We'll start with Dom on this one, I think.
0 to 1. 0 to 1.
0 to 1?
Yep.
A loss and a draw. Do you want to be bold?
Or 2, or it could be 2 losses or 1. I think because Wolves have lost Hotter, we could get a result there, but they're a fucking good side anyway. I'll be surprised if we get more than 1 point
since they've been promoted.
Sorry,
we haven't scored against them in 4 games since they've been promoted.
Yeah, but he's still a good player.
No. I'm saying we haven't scored against Wolves.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought you said
been promoted.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. They beat a combined total of 8-0 on aggregate as well.
Yeah.
So Dom's taking a dim view. Roops, what do you think? How many points are we going to get?
-2, I think.
-2. Fantastic.
0 points. I can't see us getting anything. I really can't. We're struggling like bugger. Defense is useless. Even Fab's having nightmares of games lately. At the very top, I'd say
what do you reckon, Greg? Do you concur?
I'm going to say 2 points. Point each. But I'll tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me if we got more.
Greg, do you want to borrow my glasses?
Aye.
You want to borrow my glasses?
No, it wouldn't surprise me. That's West Ham, isn't it? Would it surprise you if we beat Wolves at home and beat Leicester away? We've got a good record against Leicester away. So it's early doors. So
have we?
Yeah, I think so.
Have we?
Not too bad.
We won there in 2018. That's the
and then that's the one when is that the one when Noble got that volley?
We've only beat them once away since they got promoted in 2014.
Got a few draws. Yeah, but I'm also going
A
back
few
on.
draws. Yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry,
Well,
I thought you were on about the. I thought you were on about the King Power.
Yeah, also the King Power as well. We've got that 2-2 draw there. We should have won. Season they won the league.
Oh yeah, we did beat them in the championship as well, but they were shit. No,
Yeah.
I think they're cut above us as well, and as you know, regardless of records, they're cut above us, Leicester. So
Yeah,
they tore us apart. I think last defeat there last season, 4-1 was probably the worst performance last season.
Yeah,
I think we look scared, man. We look set for relegation. We look scared to do anything. Awful.
I think the only reason we stayed last season. Sorry.
Go on, Roops. You're all right.
I think the only reason we stayed up last season was because there's no fans in the ground.
Go on, Roops.
I think that helped us because we had no fans in the ground, and they seem to play a bit more confidence. But when they get a crowd behind them, giving them jip, that's it. Heads roll. That's my opinion, anyway.
You could have a point there, mate. Well, I'm going to take a slightly more optimistic view. I actually think we're going to get 3 points. I think we're going to beat Leicester and lose to Wolves. But as is shown every week with my betting and my Super Six, I know all about football. So don't listen to what I say.
I did all right yesterday. 4 points yesterday.
My missus beats me on Super Six every week. I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. So, are we going to take the dim view and say 0-1 on this one?
I think so, yeah.
Dom?
No, I'm saying 0-1.
Greg?
I'm saying 2, but tell you what, put me down as 6.
Yeah,
West Ham, if West Ham beat Wolves and beat Leicester away, would you be surprised? I wouldn't. If we got smashed in both games, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well,
you would, Dom, if we won both.
What's this one? I haven't heard anything about this. Where have I been? Have I been under a rock or something? Callum Chambers on a season-long loan. Yes or no?
Fucking hope not.
No thanks.
He's shit.
He's
shit.
Yeah, where has that come from? I ain't heard anything about that.
There was someone just threw it out there as I reckon just threw him in as a random name. Right. Because the RTK said a signing could be announced this week, and someone just said, I bet it's Callum Chambers, and everyone just seems to think it's Callum Chambers. I really fucking hope not, because he's awful. Shit player.
He's been on loan at Fulham, hasn't he? Middlesbrough, Southampton.
Yeah, he was on loan at Fulham when they were relegated by April, and we was at Middlesbrough, he went down with them as well.
Yeah.
When they in 2017. No, mate. Awful player. No, thank you.
Ropes, what's your opinion?
I haven't got any. Never even heard of him.
He was good at Southampton. He should never have left.
I'll pass on that. I'll say no.
Well, apparently we're
what Don says anyway.
We're in a 4-way race with Leeds, Fulham, and Newcastle to get him.
I'd happily finish 4th in that race.
Yeah, so would I, mate.
Where does he play anyway?
CDM. He started off as a right back, then he went to centre back, and now all of a sudden he's a CDM.
Oh, for God's sake!
So he's like
moved
about a bit.
Yeah, a bit of a floater.
I mean, you could argue it's all right if you want some versatility, but
he's a proper floater, Hoops.
But he's just not good enough. It's shit.
Right, so we're all agreeing no on that one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the verdict?
Oh, 56.5% say yes.
We got some.
Do you know why that is? Because everyone's just desperate for a fucking signing. That's why everyone just wants to sign a player now, because it's just got ridiculous. When's the window shut? It shuts 15 days. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. It's awful.
Right, for those of you without glasses, the next one says, was Moyes right to leave Cullen out of the squad against Arsenal?
No.
No.
No. I feel
Why
sorry for
was
the
he
boy, I
wrong?
really do.
Why was he wrong, Greg?
Again, we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago when I was on. He's played well. Whenever he's been called upon, I know it's been mainly pre-season games or cup games and all that, but he played well the other night, and I thought he'll either be on the bench or he might just make the lineup. He's not even sitting in the stands doing nothing. He'll be back on Tuesday though, no doubt, and he drops again out the whole squad next Saturday. But I feel sorry for the boy. As I said then, it's a make or break season for him, and if he's sitting in the stands all the time, well, you might as well let him go now if that's what Moyes is going to do with him. But I'd start him, yeah.
Well, I say he should have started yesterday. I really do.
He should have started.
Yeah, he should have started yesterday. I thought he did quite well against Charlton on Tuesday, and I loved it. Well, I loved what I saw. He should have started yesterday, and I thought, but I'm going a bit offline here, but I thought we played better without Nobes yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the guy, but his legs are gone.
I don't think he's ever had any legs, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but that's what I think anyway.
Should he have started, Dom, or should he have been on the bench, do you think?
At least be on the bench. I think because it's the formation, isn't it? If you're going to play just Rice and Soucek in midfield, I'd rather have them. But at least put him on the bench. And the thing is, if we're being linked with Callum Chambers, like that's even more like why? Because you got Cullen. If you want another centre fit mid, just throw Cullen in, man. I mean, he's been knocking on the door for years. He's had lots of loan spells. It's better to have a loan spell in the Championship than League One as well if you want to knock on the door. And I mean, I didn't watch that Charlton game, but apparently he was very good. And he's shown spells where he can do bits. I remember in the friendly against Juventus, just in the second game at the new stadium, he was very good then. And that's against one of the top teams in Europe. So, well, just give him a go. But
do you see him as a natural replacement for Mark Noble then?
I guess so. Because he's a homegrown player for starters. If you want that natural replacement, then the homegrown's already there. But the thing is, how old was Noble when he made his debut? 18?
No.
Cullen's about 24 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and he's not a first team regular yet. So, how much longer do you give him?
Noble.
So we think Moyes was wrong to leave him out of the squad?
Yes.
Yes.
No, Cullen.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
The question was Moyes right to leave Cullen out of the squad? No, he wasn't right, was he?
Sorry, no.
No.
He was wrong with him.
Yeah.
That's quite conclusive, isn't it?
Bloody
84%. Last one. Would you rather Fredericks or Sidibe at right wing back?
Fredericks.
Is this the guy that was on loan at Everton last season?
Yeah.
Djibril Sidibe plays from Monaco. I'll go for Sidibe.
I'd rather Johnson over Fredericks. So.
Out of those two, Fredericks. But I agree with Greg. I prefer Johnson than Fredericks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree. I think I'd. So are we split here, aren't we? 2 and 2?
I'd rather
Dom,
Sidibe.
you
I
said
think Frederick.
Sidibe.
Yep.
I think it's 3-1.
Greg, what did you say? Oh, right. You said Fredericks.
Fredericks over Sidibe, but also I prefer Johnson over
Yeah.
Johnson over Fredericks.
56% for Sidibe.
Fredericks is just shit. He's not his championship standard. He ain't good enough. He gets away with it because he's quick.
Yeah. Right, that was Hammer's Polls for this week. As ever, thank you to our friends over at Hammer's Polls. If you don't follow them on Twitter, check them out. They're great guys. Right, taking some questions. I think Kent's asked the same question a couple of times. I think he's quite keen for us to discuss it. Will we sign anyone, or will we get we tried as most years? I have this nightmare scenario playing in my head that we're not going to sell. Sorry, we are going to sell Declan Rice like in the last week of the transfer window. We won't get anybody in because there won't be time. We'll get the usual glib, we made these offers for, that silly bollocks up at Burnley that they keep increasing the bid by 1 million at a time or whatever it is. And then come the next transfer window, when we've sold Declan Rice, knowing them soppy bastards, they'll probably sell him for about 45 million. And then come the next transfer window in January, they'll release 20 million. And that'll be it.
They think we're stupid. That's the thing. That's why they're so out of touch with the fan base and the real world. I think we'll actually believe it. It's the exact same thing with Hernandez last year. We didn't have enough strikers. We signed the Lair and the Yeti. And we let 4 go, and the Yeti's gone. And
he's banging them in as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I see this fucking Farmers League. I don't care about that league. That's it's terrible.
Farmers League.
But they sold Hernandez on deadline day, so they had the excuse really for it was deadline day. We couldn't because the Spanish league's window actually ended 20 days after the Premier League one. So the window's shut. We couldn't sign any players. So you just get the feeling it's going to be something stupid like that. They think we're stupid, so they'll do it again. They're scum.
What do you think, Roops? Do you think we'll sign anybody, or do you think we'll get glib pandering in?
Steve, I'm getting one better. I think we sell Declan Rice on deadline day, and then it'd be fine too. I really do.
Yeah.
I think we got
the same. I said the same.
It'll be deadline day.
There'll be riots. There'll be riots if that happens.
It will be. It will be, Greg. They'll sell him on deadline day.
When does the window shut?
When's it shut now? It's been
5th of October.
So what, Dom?
15 days. 5th of October, so 15 days.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
It's frightening.
Yeah,
it's frightening.
But that is also right at the start of the international break, isn't it?
Yeah. And another thing is, we'll sell Declan Rice on the end, the last day of the transfer window.
Yeah.
And they'll probably just bring in, we're just going to sign Carlton Cole back on loan. Exactly, because it's the Hammer.
Oh dear.
They probably will do. What you should never done is sold. Got rid of bloody James Collins.
The thing is, it's one of these long, drawn-out transfer sagas that is there all window. You just is he going to stay? Is he going to go?
Yeah.
You just know they'll launch some ridiculous bids on deadline day because it's deadline day, and they'll accept. So we could even get more money out of him, but we won't have a replacement. So
it'd be too late.
Maybe Cullen could be the replacement. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't think.
If Gordon Sullivan did that,
and put to see Cullen have a go anywhere, though, don't they?
And put him in his place, don't cost him anything then, would it?
Well, there you go, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't need to replace him now. We'll pocket the money in. Fucking.
That's it, and bug off.
Yeah.
This is what I don't
And
understand. We've got money from D and Garda. Why is that not being spent? It's just it's so obvious now.
Yeah.
Is it
I want that.
installment
I want
cash up front?
18 million.
Yeah.
Was it installments though?
Well, we've got some money, haven't we?
Yeah. I bet it's installments.
I don't get. How much is that Brentford left back value? That Henry.
I don't know.
I don't know actually.
Because he's we need a new left back. End of story.
Yeah, indeed.
Defo.
Well, that leads on nicely to Foshi's question. Apparently, Moyes hinted that we could be signing a player next week. After yesterday's match, what position do you think the player could be? Any name you would like? Well, it's got to be left back, isn't it, Greg?
You'd hope so.
Well, put any name you would like, any player. Let's push the boat out and get Lionel Messi over here, because apparently he just stand on a chicken run as a kid.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it's got to be a left back, or as Dom said, I'm not a fan of Fredericks. I prefer Johnson there, so it's got to be a fullback. Crying out for one, either side.
Yeah, ain't we? So, would you go after Rico Henry?
No, I'm not sure of a name, Don. Steve. He looked good. I watched that pre-season friendly at Stratford when we beat Brentford a few weeks back. He looked good. Set up their goal. Yeah. And see a bit of him in the Championship last season. Yeah, he's a good player.
I remember we were linked with him 4 years ago, the summer we moved. I remember his name now. He popped when he was at Walsall. His name popped up as a transfer target. And he went to Brentford instead. But could have got him then. But it's so obvious. We needed a left back for years. There's a reason why, because we keep rotating between Cresswell and Arthur every fucking season. So the obvious answer is, well, if neither of them are good enough to hold down the place, go and buy a new one. But we just don't do it. It's like the goalkeeper situation with Adrian and Randolph, and then Adrian and Joe Hart the next year. Kept rotating because neither were good enough. You go and buy a new one, and we did. So why can't we do it with the left back?
Yes. Greg, behave yourself.
Oh dear. We're trying to have a sensible chat here, Dom, and the two children over there.
It's right. Don't blame me.
Blame the debutant down in the bottom right there.
Blame the top right.
Do what you have, Steve.
I've turned it on silent now anyway.
Do you know what? It's got to be a fullback in it, preferably left back. I don't know enough of other teams' players to know who's available and who we can go after. But, Cresswell's been a great servant for the club. It's not like he's been shit since the day he's been here. I mean, he won Hammer of the Year 1 year, didn't he?
Yeah. He started well.
Did he win Hammer of the Year? Was that 2015?
Yeah.
He went on his second season.
Yeah. I think he's not been poor. That's the wrong word, I think. He's not been on form since, remember that injury he had? I think it was pre-season he'd done it. But then saying that, he was being tattered for England before that, never got in, and then he came back from that injury and then played a few games, and he's got in the England squad, which was a bit hard to understand, but I think, since that injury, that really knocked him.
I think it was awful.
Apparently, Rico Henry, 7 million. Well, we should be snapping him up, surely.
Yeah.
It's worth a pot.
Well, this is the way I see it. The way Cresswell and Masuaku, when they underperform on a regular basis more than they perform, because I thought Masuaku had a really good game last night.
Yeah.
But, it's a pattern. You just know now he's going to go on a run of 5 bad games, and, we can't. That's not good enough. So what we need to do is just sign another one. So the way I see it, if our left backs can't be consistent, and even if you haven't watched this guy before, he's highly rated for a reason. Brentford had a good. I know Brentford lost the playoff final, but they still had a good season last season. It's just worth a punt.
Well, the questions in the chat are drying up a little bit. They're having some great chats backwards and forwards amongst themselves, particularly Foshizi and Daniel James talking about the left back situation. Someone was saying about Sessegnon from Spurs. What do you think? Would we take that?
Yeah, I saw that the other day in the paper. Saying I think he's been offered to us. Well, I don't know about 25 mil, but yeah, I saw some in the paper on the internet the other day, and boy, wouldn't be a bad shout. I don't think Spurs will let him go.
The thing is, though, Greg,
We're keeping you up, Dom.
Yeah.
the thing is, though, Greg,
he's had a long day, ain't you, Dom?
Will they?
I've had a long week, mate. Every week's a long week.
Yeah, go on, Root.
Fantastic.
As I said before, Golden Solomon won't pay that amount of money. 25 million is too much. They probably
I'd rather buy Henry for 7 million.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
But I don't think because it's Levy, ain't it? He pledges not to deal with West Ham, does he? So unless he wants to buy West Ham players, he never wants to give, or sell any players to West Ham. Or I think the only player, what was it? David Bentley was the last one, wasn't he? And then that went well. But I can't see Levy letting that happen because he hates us.
Okay. All right. Dom, I have a very important question for you.
Yeah.
Do you eat burgers?
Yes.
Here we go.
When you make a homemade burger,
there we go.
Would it be wrong if you got your bun before you put the cooked burger into the bun? Would it be wrong to put mayonnaise on one bun and ketchup and mustard on the other bun? Would that be wrong?
I wouldn't say it's wrong, but I wouldn't do it.
Right. Okay. It's just a running thing that I have with Charlie Walsh.
Right.
He thinks I'm an absolute creature for doing it.
Yeah, it does sound a bit out of context, but each to our own, I guess.
Yep. Roots of our monster.
I wouldn't even try it. It sounds disgusting.
Fair
I'll
enough.
probably vomit.
Okay, I'm starting to accept now that I'm in a minority and I am a bit of a monster when it comes to making burgers.
I've never heard of mayonnaise on a burger. I mean,
really?
I've not even heard of different sauces on different burgers, but I've never heard of mayonnaise on a burger.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Chicken burger?
Sorry, tell her, yeah, of course, yeah, chicken
burger.
Yeah.
Rubes, I knew you'd bring chickens into it.
You leave my Ermintune out of it.
You've got two. What is it? 2?
4.
4 big chickens, and he won't put them in burgers or nothing. He uses them. He keeps them as pets.
Yeah, eggs. Get 4 eggs a day. You're a bugger, Greg. Until I see you next time.
Right, I've been trying to share a picture, but it won't share for some reason. I don't know why. But it's to let everybody know what's coming up on the channel. There's loads of great content. Rather than listening to me and obviously I waffle, but the guys here are talking great content. But rather than listen to me waffling on, there are shows every night of the week, not just chat shows, but there are stats and shows. There are post-match shows, pre-match shows, And there are game shows. Hammer Shots on a Wednesday and Friday Night Likes on a Friday, and both those shows are absolutely fantastic. If you haven't had a chance
to win it this year.
Which one? The Hammer Shot?
Hammer Shots. I've got to win that this year.
Have you been on any of them, Greg?
No.
Yeah, have a look.
I thought we were going to go on there tonight. That's what I thought was going to be this.
No, right. No, it's just chatting shit.
But no, I do like the Hammer Shots.
We're talking about fucking Derbyshire chickens.
That's young Adam that hosts Hammer Shots, and he had to have a little sabbatical last season because he died halfway through the season.
Yeah,
didn't
I know. He told me that. I had a heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah, he was playing. Apparently, he'd been on the hit and miss, and he was playing tennis, and he just overdid it, and poof. And he was just lucky enough that there were people around him with the wherewithal to keep him breathing until the paramedics got there. But apparently, I can't remember who it was actually in the ambulance or at the hospital. He actually died, and they had to bring him back to life. And then, like 10 days later, he's back on here hosting Hammer Shots. The bloke's an absolute legend.
Trooper.
Indeed. And the Friday Night Likes, have you been on that one, Dom?
Yeah, briefly. I had to leave early though.
Oh, right. I like that one. I've not been on that one. I've done the Hammer Shots. I've done the very first ever Hammer Shots, and quickly fell off the leaderboard. But no, the Friday Night Likes, I want to do that one. I'm off in a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna sort something out with John. I want to get on there. Greg, get on these game shows. I know it's late on a Wednesday and a Friday night, but if you can keep your schedule clear for the next day, so you can have a lie in, because you've got to do it at 1 o'clock in the morning.
So early hours of Thursday morning.
Yeah, early Thursday morning or Saturday morning. Yeah,
that's fine. Because I get home from work on a Wednesday and Friday at midnight anyway, so I don't go to bed till about 3 or 4. So that's fine.
Cool. And Roops, if you ever want to get involved with anything that we do,
bless you, we'll do. I've enjoyed tonight.
Yeah, just reach out, mate.
Yeah, we'll do.
He ain't coming back, is he?
Here's a favour, Steve. Give Greg the red card. Give Greg the red card.
Why? What's he doing?
What's he doing? I don't even mention live.
So when am I going to see you next, Steve? The gate's on the 24th.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It's sorry, Greg. I was just saying thanks to Dom.
That's all right. No,
yeah, it's always a pleasure to see you. And I will remind you again, Dom. I will remind you again of the first time we ever met, when you looked me up and down and you said, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. Were you with Tim?
I think I was, yeah. No, I think it might have been before that, actually. Greg.
Yeah.
Always welcome, mate. I'm not sure if we're going to go at 6 next week or a little bit later, but I'll let you know if that's all right.
That's fine, yeah. I did ask Tim. I said, don't forget there's a game 7 o'clock next Sunday. Yep. I said, you're going live at 6. And he said, yeah, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, well,
I'll be available if you are anyway.
That's what I'm thinking. No, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I might go a bit later. Roops.
Bless you.
Pleasure meeting you, mate.
And you, mate.
Always welcome. If you want to come on again, just send us a message via Twitter, Facebook, all good stuff.
A bloke above me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you that as well. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I can't do next Sunday, though.
No, okay. Okay, anytime. Ladies and gents of the chat, thank you very much for your contributions. As ever, I love seeing the chat going up and down. There are some fantastic comments in there and some fantastic interactions between you all. So thank you all. like it says at the bottom of the screen, please like and subscribe and click the little notification bell so you get notified. I have said what great content is coming during the week, so check it all out. Fellas, I will see you in the green room after, but thank you all for joining me this week for AHTV and Friends.
Thanks, Dave.
And I will see you all next week. Come on, you Irons.
On the irons.
Yeah, see you all later.